All right, welcome to the party. Here we are. I don't know about you. It's election day, and I need to get the hell away from the TV. It's too much. And what better thing is there to do but go flight simming when you need to kill some time? So we're going to do a full flight today from Helena, where we landed a couple of days ago. Helena, Montana, KHLN, Kilo Hotel Lima, November, to Idaho Falls Regional Airport. I was going to go down to Twin Falls, but it was a little bit longer than I wanted for a flight tonight, so we're going to go to Idaho Falls Regional Airport. Second busiest airport in Idaho. Who knew after Boise? Idaho Falls Regional Airport, Kilo India Delta Alpha. So let's get in the bird. Let's get in our beloved 3 Whiskey Bravo. And let's fix the annoying camera issue. Switch it to manual. Probably have to do that a couple more times before it finally takes. And let's not waste any time here. What do you say? Up, crash bar, generator, set, battery.
TOS system test. Okay.
EP trip on. Fuel selector's already at auto. Activate the nav. Pressurize the airplane. Switch this to MFD. Nav source to FMS. Altitude 16,000. Flying a low altitude IFR up to or down to Idaho Falls today. I think our cruising altitude is going to be 18,000 feet. I got to figure out how to make this go up by thousands instead of hundreds. Always set a little higher than 16,000 because of in-sim issues. All right. We don't need pushback today. Don't need pushback today, so I'm going to have to tell them not to do that after they start to do it. I'll request taxi IFR. I do not need pushback.
Helena ground Dodger November 343 Whiskey Bravo with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Just checking my checklists here.
Whiskey Bravo taxi to and hold short of runway 27 using taxiway Alpha Echo.
Alpha Echo. Sync our barometer 3002. Nice, beautiful, clear day. Acknowledge taxi clearance.
Taxiing hold short runway 27 via taxiway.
So let's fire it up.
Dodger 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Keep an eye on our NG percentage. Right here, it's at 6, 7, 8, 9. We're at 13. Parking brakes on. Reconfirm. Okay, 13 now. We'll go up to low idle. Do our PFD settings while we're waiting. Set it wind option 2. Right now what we're doing is waiting for our NG percent to turn green. I'll get basically to 52, 53, which it now is. Okay, we're up and running. Activate our inertial separator, pitot heat. Warm up there today, 23 degrees in Helena. Wow, it's a beautiful day. It's about 76 degrees. Okay, activate our strobe, activate our taxi lights, aux BP, auxiliary boost pump set to auto. And our parking brake is now disengaged. We'll do this nice little flight down to Idaho Falls in beautiful weather. Doing everything in our power to avoid the election. We'll set our VS vertical speeds, so that's set 1,800 feet per minute. That's my standard. We probably do more like, let's do 2,000. What the hell? We're up in the mountains. And we're pretty light. Didn't put a lot of gas in today, and it's just me and one passenger. Just confirming inertial separator, pitot, auto, or pressurized bleed set to auto. Lights for taxi check, lights for takeoff in a minute, flaps now 1 notch, and PFD settings, wind settings addressed. All right, let's go. Parking brake is disengaged already. Let's look around for those. Where's the taxi ribbon? Let's go outside for a second. There it is. Okay. So we're going to try not to kill this guy here on the left. And we'll flip a quick little U-ey. Using those feet to steer. Sun's setting, so it's going to be a nighttime landing, or at least a near nighttime landing. Probably going to be dark out there by the time we get on the ground. Winds are from the southwest, about 5 knots. How do I know that? It's right here. Now you see what's happened? The camera's fucked up again. Reset, switch that back to manual, reset position. Good, okay. Almost forgot to turn right. There we go. Make sure, always keep situational awareness. I do have live traffic enabled. So there will or may be other airplanes, but I don't see any right now on my MFD screen. I'll zoom in a little bit here just so we get a better idea of the airport layout. That's better. Here we're about to...
Approaching runway 27.
Just gonna say we're about to cross a runway.
Entered runway 27.
27 is the
7,100 feet.
main runway here, when we landed on. Here's where we're going, down there to the other end. Almost we'll be there in a flash. Anyway, it's the main runway. It's the one we landed at when we did our full flight the day before yesterday. I was gonna try a live stream, but then it started talking about encoding software and this and that, and I'm sorry, I don't have the patience, particularly given the fact that no one would watch it. All right. God, the way the sun reflects off the screen, I mean, it looks like it just looks so realistic. It's incredible. All right, let's get up off the ground here before the sun sets completely. See the sock over there? Little crosswind we're going to have taken off. No big deal. So probably be a longer full flight than I'm normally doing, but like I said, I need to get away from the TV. Who needs it? All right, here we go. Okay, we'll stop here,
Approaching
get
runway
clearance.
27. Entered runway 27.
Okay, go ahead and
Helena
check in with
Tower,
tower.
November 34 Whiskey Bravo, runway 27 ready for
Activate
takeoff
our
IFR to Idaho Falls.
lights.
Air November 34 Whiskey Bravo cleared for takeoff runway 27.
All right, clear for takeoff. 27, Dare with Whiskey Bravo. Good day.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Dover November 34 Whiskey Bravo.
Okay, here we go. Let me get another beautiful MSFS2020 sunset. Okay. All right, I'm just checking one thing here. Okay. Dealing with a mouse issue. Okay. Sync our heading bug. Current heading. Approach course, just looking at my notes from our last flight, 267 for this runway. We're now at 268, so close enough for government work. Sync that heading bug. And here we go. I'm going to activate or arm the heading so that when I activate the autopilot, it will engage runway heading. And then we can zoom out here on the MFD because we don't need to be that close anymore. And you can see we're going to be turning this way, south. All right, here we go. Let's do this thing. Little crosswind. Airspeed's alive. $70 knots. 80 knots. 90 and rotate. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Flaps retracted. Autopilot engaged. Beautiful sunset. Wow. Activate the yaw damper.
Going to 133.4 Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
This light on, we're gonna need it, I think.
Salt Lake Center Docker November 34 Tree Whiskey Bravo is climbing through 4,000
Bye, Helena.
feet for 16,000
It's
feet.
been fun. You're a hell of a town.
34 Whiskey Bravo, Salt Lake Center, continue as planned. Altimeter 30.0.
Look at that sunset. ITT's a little high, so let's throttle back on the engine a little bit. Flags. Looking good. Alright, so we'll begin our left turn now. Towards the south. God, that mouse wheel is so annoying. Nice climb out. Kind of hazy, a little bit. I wonder what that is. Ah, it looks like a jail. I'll have to check that later. We'll keep our left turn going here. You see, we're going to turn the airplane so that we intercept this. If I can get the mouse wheel to cooperate. Looks like we got a little chop. Not too bad, but a little bit. Pretty night. Really a pretty night. I keep pinching myself with this weather I've been getting. I mean, honestly, the weather in the sim has just been phenomenal. But I guess that's fall in the Rocky Mountains. Trees, goodness. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's video or near video quality. I know it's easy to complain and, oh, frame rates are too slow, blah, 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 but when you think that this is all synthetic, all just generated by a microprocessor, it's pretty amazing. I guess it's not technically generated by the microprocessor, but it's rendering it. It's gotten so good that I mean, I actually enjoy looking out the window at the scenery. Look at that. I'm just, I don't know. I don't even have the words to describe it. Airspeed looks good right now, 170. Go ahead and activate our FLC just to maintain that airspeed. We're already at 11,700 feet. We'll be at 16,000 in no time. And they'll clear us further up to a little chop. They'll clear us further up to 18,000. That's our cruising altitude on this flight. It is IFR, so low altitude IFR. We'll make good time once we level out. Close enough now to our track line that I'll switch from heading mode, which I'm controlling, to nav mode, which I've linked right here to the FMS under nav source. Switch that nav 1, nav 2, FMS. That's what we want. And we'll go ahead and click nav, and that'll turn us left to intercept that line, and then a right turn momentarily. And this CDI right here represents where we are in relation to alignment. So this magenta line will move ever so slowly to be in line with that triangle right there. See how it's happening? And now the airplane's turning right. See it here as well to intercept that track. Oh, there's somebody. He's on final. That guy right there. Just flew over HAU, H-A-U, Hotel Alpha Uniform. It's on short final. Winds off the right from the west, 25 knots. We're intercepting now the track. See right here. Check our VFR map just to see, give you an idea about where we're going. Check, activate isoline. Get an idea of the topographical features. There will definitely be some mountains off to our right as we close in on the airport, but mainly flying over at least the last part of the flight. Well, there's a valley here on DLN. Yeah, there's definitely a little terrain we'll have to deal with, but weather like this, who cares? Anyway,
Whiskey Bravo climb and maintain flight level 180.
now we're cleared up to 18,000, as I said. Anyway, basically from about here, just before TBS, Delta Bravo Sierra, it's all flat. And you can see winds are out of the northeast today, so we're gonna turn around and land there. Fingers crossed, but should be uneventful. Pretty short flight though, all things considered. Not quite as short as my flight up to Helena the day before yesterday from wherever it was I came from. I don't even know. Bozeman. Level out at 18,000. Just enjoy this view. Enjoy the sunset. Deactivate our inertial separator. Should have done that at 10,000 feet. I forgot.
Flight level 370 for 10,000 feet.
United.
58 Salt Lake Center, continue as planned.
See, United 5.8? 5.8, that sounds like a heavy. That's the fun part about this game. We go to over flightaware.com. Let's find out exactly what United 5.8 is. Maybe it's the nerd in me, but I think that's cool. Flightaware.com. Is it .com? I think it is. Yeah. UAL 5.8. United Airlines 5.8. Search San Francisco to Germany. Yep, told you. That's a heavy. And just took off from San Francisco about an hour and a half ago. That's cool. It's funny, I'm looking at a map right now of North America, and he's actually north of me. He's over maybe about, I don't know, 150 miles north of me. But it was funny to hear him on the radio. I told you, though, that sounded like a heavy. I don't know why ATC was giving him descent instructions, though. That doesn't make any sense. Whoops. Throttle back a little more here, I guess. Torque percentage was flashing there. Little chop. Please fasten your safety belts, ladies and gentlemen. Leveled out now, making good time. Ground speed's 289 knots. Should be. Let's see. True airspeed's 296. Ground speed's 287. KIAS 222. So just sit back and relax. Let's go outside for a second. What do you say? Look at that. Look at that. Jeez. Beautiful. Bravo. Love it, love it. Showing us about 39 minutes at current airspeed. Our ETE, our estimated time en route, 39 minutes. I think my episode here is going to be a little more than an hour, though. Maybe an hour and 15. You know, I guess technically, because we're at 18,000 feet, let's go ahead and adopt standard. This is interesting. Normally, I push the STD button, which is funny, STD, haha. It switches to 29 or 9 or 2. Let's just do it by hand. We're at 18,000 feet, which is transition altitude, so that's... Alright. Alright. So we got a winds, very, very, very slight headwind. Probably explains why our true airspeed's a little bit faster. Coming out of sort of like this, 25 knots. My phone keeps lighting up with, or just started lighting up with stupid election information. I don't know about you, but it's just too much. It's too much. God, let me just do my flight simulator. I don't like all that pressure. There's a beautiful range right there, isn't it? Some agriculture. Yeah, this may be one of my longer full flights, but it's such a pretty night. I might have a harder time justifying this if we were IMC, you know, in clouds or something. Who wants to just sit there? But my goodness, the quality on this scenery is so good, that as far as I'm concerned, I can just look out the window. And enjoy it. Eye on things, obviously. Airspeed's fine. Altitude's good. Headed in the right direction. Our next waypoint is DLN, Delta Lima November. Right there. And we are 34.8 nautical miles from DLN. Specifically 7 minutes and 13 seconds from that. Having the ForeFlight app is fun because you can see something like this river. I can pull it up on my ForeFlight app and find out what it is, which is neat. And it's the Jefferson River I see here. Jefferson River. Probably a hoot if you live in this area to hear somebody describing your neighborhood. What a beautiful sunset. Showing 35 nautical miles to our destination, our current airspeed, probably more like 38 or 39. 166 miles. Flying into the RNAV. approach, runway 03, RNAV Yankee, 03 Yankee. That's approach we'll have. And as I said, or if I didn't say it, our airport elevation, 4744, 4,744 feet. Approach course 026 to runway 03, meaning the compass heading right here should or will say 026, barring any dramatic winds as we're on final. The minimums are 4,944 feet, so we'll go and enter those. Why am I not able to toggle yoke visibility? What the hell is going on? Okay, that's awkward. Let's try resetting camera. This is a new bug. Holy mackerel, what's going on? Okay, well, I guess I'm not going to be setting any minimums. I need to be able to deactivate this. By deactivate, I mean take it away so it's not there blocking my view. Normally I do that by clicking right here. Never encountered that before. Strange. Well, that's not a sign of trouble. Oh, there we go. I don't know what that was all about. Anyway, minimums, what did I say? 4944 parametric. This right here, if I wanted to do radio alt, that means I could enter the minimums above ground. So what does that mean? So, in other words, if I have to be able to see the runway, whatever, 800 feet above ground, I would do radio alt and enter the number. If I use barometric, then I'm using sea level. Height above, or altitude above sea level, at which you need to be able to see the runway. Obviously a non-issue today is because we have no weather. By no weather, I mean we have great weather. I tell you, this is one thing FlightSim has just nailed out of the park, is sunsets. What they're growing down there? I mean, I'm probably in Idaho by now, I should think. Let's see. DLN. What is that airport? Dillon. Dillon. D-I-L-L-O-N. I should know what city that is, but I'm embarrassed to say. Hey, I'm a Californian. Don't hold it against me. Dillon. Where's Dillon? We're almost over Dillon in any event. My phone is now causing me problems. Wi-Fi issues. Jesus. Good grief. Go try Google Maps. What do you think? Dillon. Is that in... Where is Dillon? I really should know that. Dillon. That's a good word. Dillon. Dillon, Montana. D-I-L-L-O-N. There it is. Yep. So we're not quite over Idaho yet. We're getting there, though. Yellowstone's out there somewhere. Sun's going down fast. Still got a few more minutes of sunlight though, for sure. Nice little flight. I feel spoiled. I mean, eventually winter's going to get here, and I'm going to start doing these flights in shit weather, and it's going to take years off my life, probably. It's easy to take it for granted, being able to see everything clearly. Not a cloud in the sky. Ready to make our left turn. We're over Dillon now. Let's go outside and look down at Dillon. What do you say? There's the airport. Oh, where the city is. Oh, no. Where's the actual city? There's the airport. Making our left turn now. What a cool picture. Jeez. Starting to see some stars. Oh my God. Look at that picture. Wow. Wow. It's such eye candy. Okay, now we are headed from DLN, Dillon. Our next waypoint is DBS, Delta Bravo Sierra. And that is 67.4 nautical miles away, specifically 13 minutes. So you're stuck with me. Oh my God. Wow. It's like the city proper is, or was, kind of back there. City, it might be a little too generous to use the term city for Dillon, Montana, which is not me shitting on it. Not the slightest. I'd love to live in a place like that. Look at the scratches on the glass. I mean, seriously, friends. Look at this. Oh my God, I just can't get enough of it. I mean, this is like I could just sit here looking out the window. Just almost feel so immersed. Look at this giant 49-inch monitor, ASUS monitor. You just feel like you're there. I got headphones on, so the sound's really good. Water, sun reflecting off the water, mountain ranges as far as you, all the way to the horizon. I don't think I'd be doing anything much different if I were doing this for real, other than just looking out and admiring. And keeping an eye on our numbers. Torque percentage is good, 92. Prop RPM 2000. NG percentage at 85. ITT 559 degrees Celsius. Oil PSI is good at 118. Oil temperatures at 29 degrees Celsius. Fine. No CAS alerts. Got 29 gallons on the left, 31 gallons on the right. Gallons per hour at 55. Showing just 24 minutes from our destination. Differential PSI looks good. Cabin altitude 8132. Amps and volts look fine, all in the green. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. We might just end up with $1 million sunset here on landing, friends. However, the runway we're landing at, runway 3 is obviously to the northeast. Go ahead and set our heading bug now while I'm thinking about it. Remember, it's not actually 0, it's not actually 30, it's 026 is the approach course. So we're going to be landing in this direction. So the sunset will be off to our rear left. Probably expect destination, or rather descent instructions here. The next 5 minutes, I would guess. Still 114 nautical miles out. What a night. What a night. I'm telling you, I'd rather be sitting right here in my man cave, playing Flight Simulator, looking out the windows, the beautiful sunset, the mountains, than sitting in front of my television set watching election coverage. Oh, who needs it? Winds are pretty good, 18 knots. They're not, by pretty good, I mean that they're not bad. Probably could have gotten away with a higher cruising altitude, to be honest, but I couldn't find any high altitude IFR waypoints. They had to use the low altitude IFR waypoints in order to get any waypoints, if that makes sense, on the setup page. In other words, there are no high altitude IFR options. Excuse me while I freshen my drink. Would never have a cocktail flying a real airplane. Needless to say. I think I saw an airplane out there. Wait, it should pop out here in about 10 seconds. Let's see if I'm right. Swore I saw some nav lights. Come on. There it is. Wonder where he's going. North, Miss Despacher. There he is. That's him. That guy right there is him. He's going northwest, specifically. But he's right at our altitude, so that's almost certainly a fellow simmer, not a commercial airliner imported from live traffic. Interesting, this is depicted as water right here, but the satellite image I have on ForeFlight shows it dry, a dry lake bed. Or, well, I zoom in on it actually, maybe partially dry. I don't know what it is. It's unnamed on this satellite image I've got on my ForeFlight app. What a sunset. Wow. $1 million sunset. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Sometimes you don't need to be a chatterbox. Just sit quietly and enjoy it. You don't need me to narrate something that pretty. Gotta screenshot that one. Wow. This is some beautiful country up here. It's passing over this highway right here is Veterans Memorial Highway 15. I wonder if that's the the same Highway 15 that... It is. It's Interstate 15. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Interstate 15 is the same highway that we Southern Californians take when we want to go to Las Vegas.
Delta 3 Whiskey Bravo, contact Salt Lake Center on 128.3
2835, Air 3 Bravo, okay.
128.35 Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Just about to get our descent instructions, I suspect. Just 19 minutes now.
Salt Lake Center, Docker November
91
343
miles.
Whiskey Bravo, flight level 180.
Docker November 343 Whiskey Bravo, Salt Lake Center. Continue to Delta Bravo Sierra as planned.
Should get our descent instructions, I would imagine.
Docker 3 Whiskey
There it is.
Bravo descend and maintain 8,600 feet.
8,600. Interesting.
Descend and maintain 8,600 feet, Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Interesting. I'll explain why in a second. Vertical speed, descend at 1,200 feet per minute, and throttle back. So 8,600 feet we've been ordered to descend to. What's interesting is according to the approach plates for the RNAV approach here, at Vipuc, V-I-P-U-C, whatever that is, Vipuc, we're supposed to be no lower than 7,000 feet. Ugade, whatever that is, Ugade, we're supposed to be at 6,500 feet. Jidam, whatever, 5,260 feet. Distance between Vipuc and Ugade is 6.0 nautical miles. Distance from Ugade to Jidam is 3.9 nautical miles, and the distance from Jidam to the airport is 1.5 nautical miles. Somebody else out there, if we can spot him or not. We're not getting any traffic alert or anything like that, so it's well above us. So get our speed up a little bit more than this. Descending nicely, 1,200 feet per minute. We'll accelerate our descent rate a little bit. 1,400 feet per minute, 16,000 feet. Always good to take stock of where you are in space relative to your next waypoint. DBS, obviously our next waypoint, I'm showing us 14 miles from there and still 3 minutes. So descending at 1,400 feet per minute gets us down to 8,600 feet, no problem. Roughly. Let me think. 40,000. Actually, you know what? 3 minutes? Of course, we don't need to be at 8,600 feet at DBS. We still have to go from DBS all the way to Roca. And then after Roca to Vipuc, so there's really no... Okay, so we're getting some contrary instructions.
Descend and maintain 12,000 feet.
Sun just went
Docker
behind a
3
mountain
Whiskey
peak or something. You saw we lost that glare. Shallow water descent rate, 1,000 feet per minute. See this guy on my radar, I'm still trying to... It's got to be above us. Anyway, it's damn close. Check outside. There he is. Well above us. Well above us. Nothing to worry about. You see something like this, you get a little nervous. You know what I'm talking about? He's far above us. What a pretty night. I tell you, I mean, this game has, I know it appeals, it doesn't appeal to everybody. I know that, I get it. But for me, it's very relaxing. Even though it's, you know, you're not just sitting here playing with yourself. I mean, there's a lot to do, a lot to manage, a lot to keep tabs on. But I still find it relaxing. Certainly more relaxing than watching the news. tonight especially. Showing just 46 seconds, 45 seconds from TBS, our next waypoint. We'll turn right when we get there. And keep in mind, I know we're at 13,000 feet and the airport's at 4,700 feet, so it's always important to keep that in mind in terms of your
November 3 Whiskey Bravo, you have tree 7 miles.
relative altitude.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect guard at Yankee runway. Tree
Oh,
approach.
good grief.
Via rocket transition.
13,000 feet
Clearing
now.
Rocket.
So we'll start climbing then.
Climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Expect RNAV Yankee runway tree
Good
approach
grief.
via rocket transition. Cleared to Rocket Delaware Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Cleared to Raqqa. I've said this before that I've noticed the ATC is definitely a little bit more squirrely with mountain approaches. Like it doesn't exactly know how to handle it. You heard it. I mean, we were just ordered to descend to 8,600, then ordered to descend to 12,000. Now we ordered to climb to 13,000. I mean, good grief. Sync our altimeter. That actually that corrected our altitude so that we're now descending instead of climbing. It's okay. It's all pretty routine. A lot of agriculture. I bet you those are potatoes. I love potatoes. Outside air temperature is 8 degrees. Pretty nice weather up here. God, you'd think that up here in the mountains in November it might be a little bit chillier, but I'm curious about something. Where am I going? Idaho Falls? Is that what I said? Let's check the weather in Idaho Falls in real life. What do you say? Idaho Falls. Weather. Idaho Falls right now is 59 degrees. Yeah. Wow. It's pretty pleasant. Closing in on Raqqa, 35 miles. 8 minutes. Certainly no need to be descending. I don't know about these lights. Seems a little bit excessive. There cannot be that many street lights on Interstate 15. This is State Highway 33, according to my map. All right, 13 minutes of current airspeed. Probably going to be dark, or close to dark when we land. But that's okay, I haven't had a night landing in a while. Episode length will be a little more than usual, hour and 10 minutes. But what difference does it make? No one's watching. I shouldn't sound like I'm trying to be a pill about it, I just think it's kind of funny. This is our airport, out here. That's us. I think that's probably our runway right there. We're going to land at that end. Yeah. I hope I get some descent instructions here eventually. But I'm not alarmed yet because Raqqa, we need to be at 7,000 feet at Vipik. No lower than 7,000 feet at Vipik. And we're at 13,000 feet now. So I have to shed 6,000 feet between where I am and here. And I know that I'm still 6 minutes from Raqqa. So, you know, if I descended at 1,000 feet per minute, I'd be at 6,000 feet below the initial approach fix altitude. Actually, I think Rocca is our initial approach fix, but Vipik, you need to be no lower than 7,000 feet. We'll hear from them soon, I think. Winds have changed a little bit. Got a little bit of a headwind now, 10 knots. "46 miles. Travel time, or travel distance, not actual distance. It's obviously a lot closer than 46 miles. See some wind generating stations out here, those red lights. As I said, just a beautiful sunset tonight. Maybe I didn't need to do a full flight tonight. I don't know. But I had to get off and away from the TV. Now just 4.5 minutes from Rocca. I would expect us to be told to descend to 7,000 feet soon. Hopefully. Basically, going to make a big U-turn here. You see, like that. Luckily, there's no terrain or anything to worry about, and there's no bad weather or anything like that. So, if ATC causes me any headaches or problems, I'll just hand fly it in. Other aircraft out there. See him. He's probably behind this post. Now just 3 minutes, 26 seconds from Rocca. Right here. A lot of agriculture out here. Still got a little light. The sun's already set, obviously. Port's right out there. That airplane passed above us. Here, you see? Zoom in a little here. Just 2 minutes, 12 seconds now. We should get descent instructions. Funny, I feel like I'm watching the election now, waiting for the latest news. There's that guy. It's 85 seconds to Rocca. It's going to be a hell of a descent from Rocca to Vipik. I'll cancel IFR if we get to Rocca and they don't give us any additional instructions. But ATC's been behaving more lately. But hey, who knows? There it is. As I said, down to 7,000.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Activate our descent now. Descend at 1,500 feet per minute. Get down to 7,000 feet so I can not sweat so much, and we'll throttle back. Showing just 5 minutes 46 seconds at our current airspeed, but we're going to slow down because we need to. Making our left turn. Basically a base turn. Left to the base leg. And remember, when we get to Vipik, where we're headed now, we need to be at 7,000 feet. And Vipik is 2 minutes and 32 seconds away. So, let's increase our descent rate slightly because we're at 11,700. Need to lose about, what, 4,600 feet. 1,800 feet per minute is 3,600 feet. We got an extra 20 seconds on top of it. That should be about right. They could have given me a little more notice. There's our airport. But we're good. We're going to be all right. Let's go to flight idle. Activate that light too while I'm at it. I can't find it. Where the hell is it? There we go. All right. You see we're going to make our left turn at Vipik. Hopefully be at 7,000 feet when we get there. We're 96 seconds from Vipik. So we're going to be 82 seconds now from Vipik, descending at 1,800 feet per minute. Need to lose another 2,000 feet. Should be just fine. Just fine. Once we get down to that 7,000 foot altitude, we'll be able to shallow out. I'll actually do it now because we're not going to... I don't think we'll have any problems getting down to 7,000 feet. We're at 8,300 right now. We still have 53 seconds. Actually, could descend at about 1,000 feet per minute right now. Yeah, we'll make it 1,200. There's our runway. Right there.
Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo descend and maintain 6,500 feet.
Down to 6,500. Air through Whiskey Bravo.
Descend and maintain 6,500 feet of Docker Tree Whiskey Bravo.
Here comes the left turn. Airspeed looks good, 150. Activate our inertial separator. There's that left turn. Good. Shallow out our descent rate even more. Next waypoint is 2 minutes away, so we need to be at 6,500 feet. We're already at 7,200 feet, so we really are just absolutely fine. We can shallow out our descent rate even more. Throttle up slightly. There's the runway. Right where it's supposed to be. And now we're basically on final, so I'm going to go ahead and activate the APR, the approach. See if we can grab this RNAV. Acknowledge master caution, inertial separator. Radio altimeter showing us at 2,300 feet above ground level. Airspeed's perfect. Now 120, we'll go and do our Gifley checklist. Gear, inertial separator is already activated. Flaps, we'll do in just a minute. Fuel is good. We're 20 left, 20 right. Lights. And we'll deactivate our yaw damper. Coming up on Ugade. Remember, at Ugade we want to be at 6,500 feet according to the approach plates, and that's what the sim's telling us as well. We're going to stop descending now. We should be cleared for landing here momentarily, but I don't want to stop descending because I know we have to keep descending, so I'm going to keep that descent going. Throttle a little more. Should be handed off to tower. Everything looks good though.
Delta 3 Whiskey Bravo, you are 9 miles southwest of Idaho Falls.
There we go.
Contact Idaho Falls Tower on 118.5 when inbound on the approach.
Got it.
Tower on 118.5 Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Just keeping a nice shallow descent right now. Very
Idaho Falls Tower,
conservative.
November 343 Whiskey Bravo, 8 miles southwest.
Let's sort of
inbound
set our
RW Yankee
minimums,
runway 3
altitude at
approach.
minimums 4,900 feet.
Delta November 343 Whiskey Bravo, Idaho Falls Tower. Cleared RW Yankee, runway 3 approach. Altimeter 0.18 with 105 at 5.
105 at 5, so sort of that's what's depicted here.
Cleared RW Yankee runway
It says
3
2,
approach,
but
Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
in any event, pretty mild as winds go. Go ahead and do our flaps. Looking good. Passed over Ugade, now headed to Jidam. Not getting a lot of love from the glide path indicator. It's showing that we're too high, but we're not. We're not too high. I don't know if you can make it out, but I see what's going on with his lights. What
Delta
the?
3 Whiskey Bravo cleared to land runway 3. Wind 105 at 5.
Cleared to land runway 3 there, Whiskey Bravo.
Cleared to land runway 3 Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
Do our final notch of flaps. That'll slow the airplane pretty significantly.
3 mile final runway 03.
There you go, 85 knots, approach speed, that's great. I do see the magenta diamond coming up, so we might still grab that glide path here. You see how it's moving up ever so slowly. This should turn green here in a second. Shallow out that descent slightly.
500.
500 AGL. Airspeed's good. Spot on. Airspeed's a little low. Disengage the autopilot. Never did get that glide path. Little low. Stepped on the gas there a little bit just to keep that airspeed up. Don't want to slip. Got 2 reds on the Vasi, so I need to climb, or not climb, but just not descend too much. Trim us a little bit. Got red over white now. Looking good. It's nighttime now, for sure, as I suspected it might be. Red over white. Parking's obviously off to the right. All those blue lights. those flashing white lights there on either side of the runway. Looking good. 83 knots. 83 knots. Looking good. Runway 3 confirmed. And idle. Come on, butter it. There you go. Nice. Fire up those reverse thrusters. Okay. That went well.
Delta 3 Whiskey, Bravo exit, runway when able.
Just kind of struggled with the throttle there a little bit. Near the end, I was kind of fighting to keep the airspeed up. There we go. The lights are so much. They seem so bright since the latest patch. Go ahead and stop here just briefly.
121.7 Docker 3 Whiskey
Contact
Bravo.
ground. Taxi to parking.
Idaho Falls ground Docker November 343 Whiskey Bravo taxi to parking.
Delta November 343 Whiskey Bravo taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Okay. See if we can find Gary and
General aviation parking using taxiway Alpha Docker 3 Whiskey Bravo.
go watch the news now and start drinking heavily. Yeah, the lights are really bright. Since the latest patch. I mean, look at this place. It looks like Vegas. Still looks good. It just kind of depressurize the airplane while we're rolling. Be turning right over here. Park with Gary. There's our right turn. I think they need to dim the lights down a little bit. It's almost cartoonish. Okay, there's our parking spot right there off the right. Where's Gary? I'm leaning forward to try to spot him. Is that him right there? I think that's him right there. I'm gonna try to stay off the grass here, but not entirely successfully. Wait a minute, is there another plane there? What the? That's my spot, you asshole! Well, this is where I'm parking then. That's so funny. Here, we'll do a little nose to nose. What in the world? Oh, there we go. Okay, he disappeared. What was that all about? Here, let's try to get this right. Do a little four-wheeling. In defense of me. Oh, he's back! Okay, I'm gonna just park. Never mind. There we go. Alright, this is gonna have to do. Okay, that's it. Parking brake. Whoa! That's why we do parking brake first.
Oral warning, okay.
That's it. All right, welcome to Idaho Falls. And here we are. That's it. Beautiful flight, beautiful sunset flight in the mountains over southern Montana and Idaho. All right, back to the insanity.